Good morning, guys. I wanted to come and talk to you today for a few minutes. I know that I'm quiet naturally because I just had a baby, and I know that things have been quiet on the sales front. And so I wanted to just check in and give you guys a little breath of fresh air and just maybe some peace to what you're feeling, maybe some anxiousness about sales and all that stuff. So first I wanted to say welcome to January. What a lot of you don't know is that most of our team is new this year. Now we might have 600 people, but we've lost almost 600 people. So out of our 600, about 300 in our group have never experienced the January, February, and the spring sales season. So I wanted to kind of give you guys some insight as to what you can expect and let you know that you're not alone and help you to not kind of freak out. So bear with me as I multitask with my notes on my phone and my iPad. Here's a couple of things I wanted to remind you of. January is a hibernation month in general. So when you think about January, you think everything is frozen over. People are cold. They don't want to go outside. They don't want to leave their house. They want to come home from work and have hot chocolate, put their pajamas on, sit by the fire. Naturally, during this season, we kind of do cabin fever and we hibernate and we isolate for a lot of reasons. Part of it is it's cold. Another part of it is it's dark early. And the list goes on. Seasonal depression. I mean, there's a reason. January is a funky month in general. Okay, so January is a hibernation month for animals. It's a hibernation month for humans. And so it can be tricky when it comes to at-home sales that to get people out of their house or to get people to want to do parties. Second is that it's just after Christmas, and we have to remember that we have just come off the biggest part of the selling season. And this is what I call the January blues. There is the only reason you get the blues is if you let yourself have them. So I want to encourage you to not be discouraged coming off of such an awesome September, October, November, December, because you just had a slammin' September, October, November, December. And this is what we call a season, and this is part of a sales season. In some seasons things grow, and some seasons things die, in some seasons things get planted, some seasons things get harvested. And so this is just a preparation season for replanting. Okay, so it's right after Christmas. People are paying off credit cards. Naturally, you will see, and you probably yourself might be guilty of this, have spent money at Christmas time that you didn't have. And so now you're trying to figure out where you're going to pull that from in your budget for January to make up for what you spent in December. So, and then the third thing is what makes January a little tricky is that it is a different season, like I said, and it has to be treated like a different season. So you can't walk in to January and February and treat it the same way you would treat it in September, October, November, December. You have to treat it differently. And so you can't be discouraged that you're not just putting on Facebook, anybody want to host a party, and people aren't responding. You're going to have to do things differently during different seasons. Now, if you started your planting your fruits and vegetables or your flowers in October, what would happen? They wouldn't grow. They wouldn't come back next year. Nothing would happen because it's not the right season to plant them in. And if you tried to harvest your seeds in the spring, well, then nothing would grow because you take them out of the ground. And so you have to remember there's certain times you do certain things for certain reasons. Now, January and February, you have to figure out what works for you and what works for your customers and what works for your hostesses. And the only way to figure that out is to do it. The only way to figure it out is trial and error. And you can't get discouraged and quit because then the only person who loses is you. So some things I want you to know that you can look forward to are the fact that tax return season is upon us. Now, if you are me, I pay out buku taxes, but most people get taxes back. So what's coming up is a great time for people who want to join because they can invest their money. It's also a great time to book parties and get sales. Another thing coming up is that Scentsy is going to announce some really awesome things coming up for the next couple months to really boost your sales for your hostesses. And you're going to find that it's going to be a lot easier to book parties when there's a little incentive, especially one that doesn't come out of your pocket. Another thing is Spring Sprint is coming up. Now, today's January 8th. That means there's 2 days left. If you haven't signed up for Spring Sprint, you are doing yourself a disservice. If you want a business and you want to get out of debt, you want to go take your kids to Disney, you want to have a better financial life, you want to support your family, then you need to be at Spring Sprint, because it's what's going to motivate you to have a killer spring into the summer. So make sure you go into your workstation and sign up under your events tab. Bring Back My Bar is also in this January month. Now, I will tell you, Bring Back My Bar doesn't work if you don't work it. So make sure you are texting and contacting your customers. You will find that Facebook works in the fall. Facebook does not work right now. You actually have to be actively seeking people out and asking them if they would like to pack up a couple bars, smell a couple fragrances. I'm also finding that people don't want to host or go to parties, but they do want to buy. So look for those opportunities to be your own hostess. It's 10% off month for Grace Adele. Knowing the transition catalog is coming and it's gorgeous. Super excited for everybody. Contact the people who ordered from your Monster Monday. Let them know, hey, it's 10% off month. Check out our what's going out of style. Check out what's going on in our clearance already, and have them, look at what's coming up, because it's a super exciting for Grace Adele, and I think it's going to be a huge catalog for the spring season. And then it's also join in January month, and so for Grace Adele, Cincy, and Velada, there are huge perks to join our business. There is free shipping on their kit. They can earn their shooting star kit, which is normally $200 to $500 worth of product, $300 to $500 worth of product, and they can earn it for free. They can get it totally for free. Why miss out on that? And if you qualify for your shooting star kit, which is $500 in your first 15 days, then you've already earned your commission back, or what you paid out on the starter kit. So really, you're out nothing, and you have so much in free product. It really is a win-win situation. So the reality is, and I want you guys to know this, that this is a different month, and it's not going to look anything like your September, October, November, December. It just won't anywhere. I'm going to attach to this graph that I made to show you what our selling season looks like last year for 2013. But it is very, it's in line with the typical retail season. Okay, so we're talking downward trend January, February, upward March, April, May plateaus, June, July, downward, August, downward, September, October, November, December, upward. Now, everything has to have, everything that goes up must come down, and then goes up and must come down. There's actually a healthiness in that, and that's okay. This month, I wouldn't encourage you to take it off. I would encourage you to set a goal. A healthy goal is $500. Book one party and one basket party. That should be your goal. You don't have to go crazy. You can kind of rejuvenate from the fall selling season. And what really will kick that into gear will be Spring Sprint. It'll be like the best breath of fresh air that you can possibly have. So make sure you sign up. I'll be attending the Cleveland one, but there are, I don't know how many, 40 stops all over the United States and Canada. So don't miss out on it. Don't be discouraged about what January and February have to offer. Get creative. This is the part of the business where you get to be an independent consultant. This is your opportunity to make the business work for you and see what works in certain times and what doesn't work in certain times. It's a really great time to recruit. This time of year is a really great time because you're not setting people up. They're not gonna experience the January blues because they have nothing to compare it to. This is the time of year where I signed up, and it really set me off to have a really successful first year, and then my business just obviously grew greatly from then. So my bottom line is, don't be discouraged. Everybody else is having a rough month too. Does that mean you throw in the towel? Go ahead, throw in the towel, but I'll tell you, you throw in the towel, I'm picking up your sales. So my paycheck's only going to be the one that benefits, not yours. We want your paycheck to benefit. We want you to be able to pay off your Christmas debt. We want you to be able to save your money for Disney. We want you to be able to prep for your summer vacation. You know, don't walk away from this. Take it up as a challenge. I know that Jeanette's team is going to be doing a booking blitz on Thursday, and I think that I'm going to join them because I need to book up my January. I don't have anything on the calendar, and I'm not worried about that because I know that I will make sure it's taken care of as I usually do. But, you know, don't stress about it. Don't freak out. Don't think you're failing. Don't think you're doing things wrong. If it's what you're doing isn't working, change what you're doing. I just want to encourage you guys today, let you know that I believe in you, that if I was looking at numbers and freaking out, then maybe there would be cause for alarm. I look at the numbers and think it's January. Everyone's taking their big breath of fresh air. And if you really want things to work for you, you just have to work. So make sure you use those Bring Back My Bars, the Grace Adele 10% off, the Join in January, and then definitely sign up for Spring Sprint and look for communication from home office for some pretty exciting reasons to book parties. I have caught wind of a couple things. It sounds really exciting. And I know that it's going to be something that adds value to all of us. So from me and my 5-day-old to you and your wonderful families, I hope you have an awesome Wednesday. And I look forward to watching your excitement return and watching our group grow in ways that we haven't had the opportunity to. Hope you guys have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.